What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Before I get into this, I just want to explain, I will be getting into some more Idiot Abroad and stuff. I will do it the next time I record. I was planning on doing it today, actually, but because I got caught up with the BMV and things like that, I wasn't able to go to sleep until 12 p.m. So I woke up at like 5 o'clock, so I had no time to react to and edit, or I will have no time to react to and edit an Idiot Abroad video. So I will do that tomorrow. So for the meantime, I have these batch of videos that are going to be coming out. And like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing more of the comedy stuff as well as some more music reactions, which, you know, because it's been a minute since I've checked out George Michael's. And I always confuse if it's Michael's or Michael. Like, I have to look it up. At some point, I'll get it down and you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, there are some musicians I need to check out some more of. But for this video, we're going to look at another educational video, because you know I like to do things that teaches us new crap. So this video was uploaded by Fire of Learning, and this video is called Country Names Explained. So if you ever wonder why countries have specific names, this will explain it. I'm from the United States of America. It's obvious where they got their name from. They were a bunch of states that decided to unite, and we happen to be on the continent of North America, so there you go. There's your name. But there are some other countries out there that aren't as easily explainable. So let's go ahead and watch this video. It's about 14 minutes long, and check it out. Again, if you haven't seen this video before this reaction, go and watch the original first. The link is in the description box down below. Make sure you click it so you can give the original content creator a view, and they can continue to make content that we enjoy. So let's check. At this point, hopefully you've already seen it. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what it has to offer.
Hello and welcome to Fire of Learning. I'm Justin.
Hello,
the names
Justin.
of the countries around the world are
sound like the dude that does the
They're
clear
not
eyes.
just the names of an area
That's such
of
an
land,
old
but
reference.
oftentimes of a people, of generations of people, and of their history, struggles, and successes. The words France, Iran, United States, China mean a lot of things, many important things, but what do they more literally mean? Where did the names originally come from in the first place? What is a Sweden or an India? Well, in this video, we're going to find out as we explore the nearly forgotten tales of how the countries of our planet got their names and what they mean. So, let's get to it.
The Fire of Learning.
First on our list, which will go in no particular order, we'll place Canada. Canada comes from an Iroquois word, Kanata, meaning village. It was picked up by the British and French to describe the region long before the nation of Canada was even an idea. It became used to refer to the British provinces of Upper and Lower Canada in the late 1700s, and the country took its name from the single province of Canada, which emerged in the 1840s. Iceland, and while Greenland is not technically its own country, it can
This is something that I really need to fucking learn.
be grouped together here with Iceland because of a common origin. Both were named by the Vikings. Originally called Snowland, Iceland was renamed by Floki Vilgerdarson.
Snowland sounds like such a
because of
pleasant
its
place.
cold, barren terrain. The naming of Greenland occurred a little bit later, and it is perhaps one of history's most well-known bamboozles. As though the name was chosen to attract settlers, it is very much not green. Ireland, meaning the land of Eru, linked to a goddess of the same name, it is a word meaning prosperous and bountiful. Portugal, from the
It reminds me of Richard Nixon on Futurama.
Latin portus cale. The word portus means port, and the word cale is actually
Portus
related to the
Gaul.
word Gaul or Gaelic, referring to the Celts who were living in the Iberian Peninsula
Port
prior
of the
to
Gauls.
Roman dominance. It was originally a name for a local area, but over time the region around Portugale began to adopt the same name until it referred to the whole country. Spain. The word Spain has unclear origins, as
Phoenician?
it is very ancient. The name likely originated long before the Roman Empire entered the area from a Phoenician word. It might mean the Western land, it might mean the land of metal forging, it might mean the land of rabbits. Linguists are still unsure. Scotland, the land of the Scoti. What the term Scot meant originally is unclear, but Scoti was actually a name for the Gaels, a group of Celts from Ireland who inhabited the western half of Scotland.
If you guys have
Gradually,
any idea,
the name stuck to the whole country.
leave in
Wales.
the description box what you think it is.
The term Wales comes from the Germanic word Valhaz, which meant something like foreigner. It was used originally to refer to any non-Germanic person. However, the Anglo-Saxons began to use it specifically for the Britons as they settled in modern England. Speaking of England, the land of the Angles. The Angles were one of the main Germanic tribes which settled in England following the fall of the Roman
Anglo-Saxons,
along with the Saxons and some others like the Jutes. Now, if you've watched my past videos, you may know that the Saxons were the more prominent group, and that England was, in fact, largely unified by the Saxons. So why Angleland and not Saxland or Saxony? Well, the name England was favored by the famous King of Wessex, short for West Saxony, Alfred, to promote unity of Angles and Saxons.
Alfred.
The name was less important, as the Anglo-Saxons had a common origin and had at that time become a single people. Fun fact though, in some languages like Irish, England is still called Saxony. To tie these countries all together now, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The name United Kingdom is simply pointing out the fact that the Kingdom of England, Kingdom of Scotland, and Kingdom of Ireland exist as a United Kingdom. As for Great Britain, the term great is a geographical term, pointing out that the island of Britain is the most major of the British Isles. And the word Britain probably comes from a Celtic word for the Brittani, meaning painted people. Belgium. The name comes from the ancient Germanic tribe known as the Belgae. The name likely originated as meaning the angry or furious, a reference to the battle prowess of the tribe. France takes its name from the Frankish tribes who ruled the region after the Roman Empire fell. The word Frank meant something along the lines of free, and so France is basically the land of the free people.
So France, so we took our motto from France. We took our national anthem from France. Oh God, and they gave us the Statue of Liberty. We're getting into their debt and we don't even know it. They control America. That's the conspiracy. Everybody want to talk about their Rothschilds and their goddamn Carnegies and their fucking Rockefellers. It's the French. They're the ones that control the world.
The United States of America. I plan to have a whole video dedicated to this one actually, but the fact that the United States has such a bland name basically comes from the fact that it was intended to be a union of practically independent states for the first few years of its existence. So a cool collective name wasn't as important to the nation's founders, therefore the name is simply a union of states on the American continent.
So our country's name is just a placeholder? We'll get back to naming it at some point. We just gotta get it started at first, and then they just never bother to come back to it. It's like my Discord server, apparently.
Mexico. Mexico comes from an Aztec word or regional name around Mexico City today, the place of the Mexica, the ruling people of the Aztec Empire. Cuba. Cuba probably comes from an indigenous Taino word meaning the abundant land or great place. Venezuela. The name means Little Venice. It likely originated with the man that the Americas were named after, Amerigo Vespucci. According to sources, the stilt houses along the coast reminded the Italian explorer of the city of Venice, and so he called the region Venezuela. Brazil is named after the Brazil wood of the region. Brasa means something along the lines of red or like an ember in Portuguese, so you can roughly translate it as the land of the wood red like an ember. Wow. Argentina.
That makes sense.
Argentina comes from Italian, meaning the land of silver, a reference to the supposed, partly mythical, abundance of silver in the land. The Netherlands. I did a video on this topic already, actually. The Netherlands,
I wonder what the order of these videos are exactly, or the order of these countries.
As the region became its own country around the 17th century, it referred specifically to the Dutch Republic that was forming. Switzerland. The name comes from the town of Schwyz, the town that laid the foundation for the nation in the late Middle Ages. Its meaning is uncertain, but it may be something along the lines of strong or clear. Italy. The name of Italy predates the founding of the city of Rome itself, and so the...
I was about to say, or neutral, am I right? That's a fucked up joke, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back.
The name of Italy predates the founding of the city of Rome itself, and so the
Land of
exact
cows.
meaning and origin isn't clear. We do know, however, it originally only referred to the southern part of the peninsula, where the ancient Greeks inhabited, and might mean the land of cattle, or refer to an ancient king of the region.
Hopefully it's the ancient king thing, because you think about Italy and you think about like ancient Rome, and it'd be crazy to think that an entire empire was founded around the name, well, we're the land of cows.
Land of cattle, or refer to an ancient king of the region. Italis. Greece. The name for Greece in English comes from Graecia, which is what the Romans called Greece, making it what's called an exonym, or a name for something used by foreigners and not the people themselves. Greece calls itself Hellas. The origin of the word Greece is unclear and may refer to what the Greeks called themselves before calling themselves Hellenes. Egypt. This is kind of another exonym. The word Egypt is a heavy corruption of the ancient Amarna language and its word Hukupta, meaning the temple of the soul of Ptah. This originally only referred to the city of Memphis, however, and the ancient Egyptians called their entire country Kemet. Saudi Arabia. The House of Saud is the ruling family of Saudi Arabia, and it is where the country takes its name, although the name has historically also referred to the region in general. Arabia comes from the name of the people there, the Arabs, which may go back to meaning something like wanderer, merchant, or nomad. Syria. The name Syria derives from the ancient empire and the city of Assyria, known also as Ashur or Assur. Iraq. Iraq may be one of the oldest names in existence, probably coming from the ancient Sumerian city of Uruk, which may have meant fertile, city, or
Takes
village.
me back to civilization.
It gradually came to refer to the whole country.
The game.
India. India has 3 official names. India and Bharat are the official ones, with Hindustan being a commonly accepted one as well.
I thought, based on watching the History of the World video, that the Indus River Valley civilization died out. So you're saying that just turned into India?
Hindustan being a commonly accepted one as well. The word India comes from the Sanskrit word Shindu, which referred to the Indus River. China. The name for China ultimately derives from the Qin dynasty that ruled the country in ancient times and was ultimately responsible for uniting the kingdoms into a single country. Its founder was Qin Shi Huang. Japan. The name for Japan in English probably comes from how the Chinese pronounce Nippon. They called it Shipangu. Again, the name for Japan in Japanese is either Nippon or Nihon, meaning the base of the sun or the land of the rising sun. The name Korea comes from one of the northern ancient kingdoms of Korea, Goguryeo or Koguru, which upon contact with Westerners was corrupted into Korea. Russia. While Russia is a Slavic nation today, the original Rus people are thought to have been Norse Vikings who settled and took over the region during the Middle Ages. The name Rus may refer to the men who row. Sweden. The name
That's
for
probably why they're
Sweden
stereotyped to be
comes
so
from the
damn
Swedish
tough and like crazy strong and shit.
Rus may refer
Viking
to
origins.
the men who row. Sweden. The name for Sweden comes from the Swedish Sverige, which means the realm of the Swedes. Swede may mean something along the lines of the tribe or one's own. Norway. Norway comes from Northveg, meaning the northern way, referring to its extensive coastline leading northward. The native name for the country, Norge, likely has a similar origin, though it is unclear. Finland. In Finland, the country calls itself Suomi, which may mean marshland, but the origin of both that word and of Finland is unclear, though both are quite ancient. The Romans mentioned a people known as the Feni around 100 AD, possibly referred to them. Denmark comes from the Old Norse Danmark, meaning the Danish march. A march was a kind of borderland. The origin is unclear, but it may refer to an ancient people known as the Dani, or to a mythical king.
So Denmark
named Dan.
controls
Germany.
Greenland?
I devoted some time to talking about the variety of names used to refer to Germany in various languages around the world in part 2 of my documentary on Germany. While the Germans call their own country Deutschland, the English word comes from the Latin Germania, a word which has unclear origins and may be Celtic, meaning neighbor. Poland. Poland's name comes from the tribe of Polans and is likely related to the word for fields, so roughly, the people or the land of the fields. Austria. Austria is a corruption of the word Österreich, which means the eastern realm or eastern kingdom. Libya. Libya is an ancient name for the peoples west of Egypt, Libwe, with an unclear origin. However, the name only began to be used again recently when the Italians invaded the region in the 20th century. It then became the name for the country shortly after. Ethiopia. The name for this country may be Greek, meaning burnt-faced, referring to the complexion of the sub-Saharan African people.
Oh, that's
the
fucked up.
peoples south of Egypt. Or it may be Egyptian, meaning the robbers of hearts. Madagascar. This is an
At least the
excellent
heart
name
robber
popularized
thing
by a mistake
is
which the
a little
people
bit
of the
sweet,
island
though.
nation soon adopted. It was originally confused by the Europeans for the Somali port of Mogadishu. The name became corrupted and stuck. Both the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Republic of the Congo take their names from the Congo River. It was named after the Bantu Congo people who inhabited the region and may mean something like the gathering place. The country takes its name from the word for the king of the region, prior to European contact, in Angola, Bulgaria, probably dating back to the ancient word bulga, which means shaker or disturb. Australia. From the Latin Terra Australis, it means simply the southern land, or as you could also say, the land down under. Though it was called New Holland for quite a while, the name of Australia was given before the even more southern land of Antarctica was discovered. New Zealand. The country that is often forgotten on maps is not forgotten here on Fire of Learning. The original Zeeland is in the Netherlands, and it is from Dutch explorers that the nation takes its name. The spelling was later changed, but the name was kept all the same by the later British. The Philippines were named after King Philip II of Spain by Spanish explorers, and has since been adopted by the local Southeast Asian natives as the name of their country. Romania takes its name from its heritage as a part of the Roman Empire. The historical region of Dacia became a part of the Roman Empire in the 2nd century AD, and the name is derived from Romanus, meaning the citizens or people of Rome.
That should be the name of Italy.
Singapore derives from the ancient Sanskrit Simapura, the city of the lion. Explorers of the region who gave it this name likely confused a Malayan tiger for a lion. Indonesia, another exonym, from the Greek Indos, meaning Indian, and Nasos, meaning islands. Compare this to Polynesia, many islands. Turkey. Turkey means essentially the land of the Turks. What the word Turk means, however, is uncertain, and may...
Okay, so pretty much what you're saying is almost all the countries in the world, they're named the land of whatever people occupied that country when they were founded. So it seems like I'm going to have to watch another video at some point. How did these people get their names? How did the Turks get their names? How did the Poles get their names? How did the Slavs get their names? How did these people get their names? Because that all it's telling me is it's the land of these people.
Mean helmet or strong. Fun fact, the turkey bird is actually named after the country. And so, unfortunately, we did not get to cover every country in this video. However, if you enjoyed this video, I will absolutely make part 2. Also, if you did enjoy this video, then I invite you to come check out the rest of Fire of Learning and to subscribe to keep up with more videos like this in the future. To help with the costs of production, Fire of Learning does take donations on Patreon, the link to which you can find in the description. You can support the channel with as little as a $1 contribution. However, simply subscribing to our YouTube channel for free is also a large help. A special thanks to our Patreon supporters listed here. We are also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so come check us out there.
Alright, I'm going to leave a link to their Patreon in the description box, as well as a link to the original video, so that if you guys want to, find an easier way to support them, all you got to do is just click on that. And like I said, there will be a link for Fire of Learning at the end of this video that you can click on, and it'll take you directly to their channel so that you can subscribe and stuff like that. So there's no reason why you can't make contact with these people if you want to. Like I said, if you want to watch this video without me interrupting, pausing, or talking over some of the countries you might have wanted to hear, just click on the original link in the description box and watch the video from there. Like I said, I always recommend you watch it one time anyway before you watch this reaction, so there should be no reason why you should have missed anything, because you already heard it by now. God damn it! If you haven't, then it's not my fault, it's yours. But anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys in my future videos. I think I'll probably be done for today. I should have like maybe 3 videos coming out today. I'll have some more coming out tomorrow, but like I said, I had a very delayed day. I wasn't able to record until much later. So, I mean, these videos probably won't even come out until like 12 o'clock in the morning. So that lets you know how late it's been. And I'm going to release them today. So whatever. Hopefully they get out on time. But if they don't, it's whatever. I want to thank you guys for coming through again one more time. I'm going to give you the deuces. I'm Devon DaVinci. You've just been enlightened. Deuces.